All right, in the KSON Deep Eddy Vodka Lounge, John and Tammy in the morning, and Kip Moore. Apparently we have to do that to fire off video or something. Why are we doing that? Explain why we're glad. Do you know Kip Moore?
I think it's just like, this is where it starts. This is where it begins.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of like a little guide, man.
But you can't do it soft. You have to do it hard, I've been told.
Because we couldn't hear it before.
Okay. How are things, pal?
Man, things are great. It's good to be here. I've been waiting to play this thing for quite a while, so I'm excited to be here. It's nice to have some sunshine.
Right. There's no surfing here, though.
There is not, but I'll be
dirt surfing.
But I'll be in Mexico soon surfing. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I got a buddy taking me down to Baja. We're gonna camp out in the desert down there and do a little surfing for a few days.
That's so your thing too, isn't it? Camping and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do the Four Seasons.
No.
Yeah.
So you're opposite of John.
No, we have that in common. Kip and I have a lot. We're kindred spirits that way. When you say you don't do the Four Seasons, you mean you don't do anything less than a 4-star hotel?
It's like I get a little uncomfortable in the really nice places.
Sure.
I do. I'd rather just kind of camp out or stay in hostels or just stay in really, moderate hotels.
So if I said, hey, Kip, we're going to the desert this weekend and we're taking the RV, blah, 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 you would go with me to that. But if John said,
a lot quicker than I would.
If John said, hey, we're going to the Four Seasons, we're going to brunch.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, yeah.
I'd like to think I would look at Kip Moore and say, hey, we're going to the Four Seasons, we're going to brunch.
No.
We're your best ascot.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't say that. But I'll tell you this, and she's right about some things. I'm not roughing it to me is like, I don't know, Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sound like a jerk that way, but like I was in Boy Scouts, and my scout leader, I had to use the bathroom. We were like in the woods in Ontario, Canada, on a big jamboree, and I said I had to go to the bathroom, and he gave me a shovel. I'm like, you out of your mind. And he's like, this straight face, and I was like 8 then. I'm like, no, this isn't going to work for me. So
yeah. Yeah, that's okay, man. You'd be the first to crack on Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, you know what? I'd be more afraid than naked. That's for sure.
It shouldn't be called Naked and Afraid. It should be called Partially Naked and a Little Bit Uncomfortable.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
The show should be called.
Really.
Well, because as soon as they're naked at first, right?
Nobody's ever really naked. It's just you got a loincloth. It's partially naked and slightly uncomfortable.
So it's totally a misleading title.
It is, man. It's ridiculous.
And every time you're like,
and it's so ridiculous, and I watch it every time.
Right?
It's so predictable, and I watch it every time.
So as opposed to Kip Moore shows of past years, if you played a festival like this and you maybe were on stage at this time of day, you're on late tonight, man.
Yeah, man.
And this is huge. I know how 55,000 people sing, all your songs. I mean, this is...
Yeah, it's going to be a blast, man. We worked hard to get here. I mean, long before any of you guys heard us on the radio or knew anything about us, we were, had a little underground thing going, playing in bars across the country, and we were just talking about it recently. Me and my guys, I have the same guys, the same crew. We were driving in a 12-passenger van. We'd all sleep on each other, lean against each other. We'd take turns driving. I mean, you want to talk about difficult, driving across the country and having to play the show at night and all swapping turns driving and not really eating. And so, to come full circle and to be out here for a crowd today and people know the songs, man, it's a special feeling for sure.
And the fact you're able to do it with the guys you work so hard with.
They're the same guys, man. Yeah. They're like family to me, and we're all like family. And I see so many bands have so many, new faces constantly, and I love that it's the same guys I'm looking at, That's
super cool.
Yeah, and good for you for keeping them with you, because sometimes some people are like, well, I think I'm going to...
And that can be tough at times. You might see that, we've grown together as a band and learned to work through our weaknesses together and make each other stronger in that sense.
All right. So if you had to fire one of them, who would it be?
That's a good question.
Someone's got to go, Kip Moore. Someone's got to go. Who is it?
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
Of course you couldn't.
Yeah.
You passed the quiz. Nicely done. All right. Have a great Stagecoach, pal. We're proud of you. It's been fun to watch you grow, and it's going to be great to watch you in the dusk tonight, as opposed to with bright sun shining on you.